I say that shit again. Said it once before. I just want it all. I glisten, shine with Mrs. Fine, model chick, big behind, bad enough to skip the line, but to me she's just a 9. I hop up out that double O. You could call me Mr. Bond.
I'm loving it. The energy is great. I only been here for a couple hours, but I already feel that love, man. And I already know tonight's show is gonna be crazy. I already know that y'all be holding me down. Like you said, as soon as I walked in, you told me Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay, and even I do it.
I do.
I feel like, honestly, it is heavy politics. It's like, it was very frustrating when I couldn't get anything on the radio, and it was like, man, I got good ass music. Why ain't y'all gonna play shit on the radio?
Right.
I mean, but now I'm on the other side of it, so I can't even hate on it that much. But I can say that it's a very hard system to infiltrate, and songs like that, man. So I just appreciate that love. That's all I could ever ask for, man. When I was grinding, working my ass off, that's all I ever asked for.
You still wanted to be a part of that scene, still part of that love, right?
Yeah, me and Wiz and Currency, we just dropped like 5 songs last week just because, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and I'm working on the mixtape and of course my next album, but the thing is, I can't never forget where I came from. That's how I got hottest through the mixtape. That's how I built my core fan base. And it's different because the difference between a mixtape and an album, for a mixtape, you don't have to worry about having a hit record. You don't have to worry about sample clearances. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. For an album, which is a commercial release, you have to have songs that can commercially be released, that labels got to put money behind, that radio has to accept. So it was definitely a big adjustment and challenge for me. And I really went through a lot of challenges, especially meeting deadlines and getting sample clearances. There was a lot of songs that didn't make the album that I really wanted to make the album, and I was real frustrated. But I just can't wait to, do the second album, and I know that one's going to be even twice as better. So it was all a learning process.
You mentioned it on the radio, so...
Yeah, the Radio 1 station in Detroit. Basically, when I was 16, they were doing this show every Friday called the Friday Night Cypher, where MCs would come and battle each other, and whoever would win the battles would get the rap on air. And I did that for like a year straight and got a good relationship with the station. So going into my senior year of high school, Kanye was down there promoting his album, and I was actually at the bank cashing my check. I was cashing my $120 check. I was a telemarketer. That job was whack as hell. And my homie called me and was like, yo, you listening to the radio? I'm like, no, I'm at the bank. What's up? He's like, man, Kanye at the station. Yo, if you go down there and rap for him, bro, he'll sign you, dog. He'll sign you. I'm like, man, you sound dumb as hell. And I thought about it for like 12 seconds and was like, man, that's a great idea. So I dropped everything I was doing, didn't cash no check or nothing. Just went straight to the station, had my CD already because I've been selling my CD around high school. And since I've been doing that show, they let me write in. And the show I did was every Friday night, and this was Saturday morning. So I lied and said I left my phone in the back and had to go get it. So they let me in the back, and I went in the back where I knew Kanye and them were probably.
Right.
And, I shook his hand, saw him, shook his hand, and told him, like, yo, man, I'm an aspiring rapper. I do this show here every Friday. And he was like, all right, keep it up, keep it up. And he started walking away, and I stopped him again and was like, man, let me rap for you. And he like, man, I ain't got time. I got to go.
Right.
I'm like, man, cuz you my hero, man. I ride to school listening to you. You know what I'm saying? I was giving him that guilt trip.
And it worked.
It worked. Yeah, he was like, all right, man. He was like, all right, man, you got 16 bars while we walking out the station, go. Which is basically equivalent to like one verse. But so as we was walking out, I was rapping. But as soon as we got to the entrance/exit, I ended up rapping for like 10 minutes straight. Like, I just kept going.
Wow.
He was really into it. Took my CD. And that was the initial contact, man. But, I gave up my full scholarship to Michigan State. I was ready to go get wasted up in Michigan State. Had all the fine girls in my dorm room getting crazy. I was ready for that, you know what I'm saying? But I gave all that up just for the possibility of maybe signing to him and just really relying on my heart and a dream, really. That was probably the best day, one of the best days of my life. Top 10 when he called me. The first time he called me and was like, I want to sign you. I remember I was driving, I just pulled over and was crying, man, because it's like, he is still my idol, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I worked hard, and a lot of people told me I was throwing my life away. I remember my teacher told me I was throwing my life away. One of them actually looked at my eyes and said, you're stupid if you don't go to school and think you can become a rapper. That's 1 in a million, and I just like took all of that and just used it as motivation. And, now I'm up for a VMA, man. Now it's like, it's all surreal, man, but it's kind of, the line between surreal and so real is so thin. You know, and I've seen that. I've seen how fast things can change. And, you know, I'm just happy, man. I'm a good dude. You know, one thing I learned from my grandma is that whatever you get, you could lose twice as fast. So, you know, be thankful for it, man. Don't be no asshole about it.
That's right. That's
and,
right.
If
there's one thing you could give a piece of advice to those inspiring rappers that are out there right now listening to you, because they heard about your story, now they want to try to get on, what would you tell them, man?
Man, I know just personally for me, man, it was real. I went through some hard ass times, man, spending my last money on studio sessions, even after I was supposedly signed to Kanye, before I really was, when I was flat broke, but people thought I was signed to him, I couldn't get no job. I was like borrowing money from my mom, my friends, spending all my parents' last money on studio sessions. Like, even when stuff was looking real dark and dim, man, it looked like it wasn't gonna happen. Like, my mom would always have me keep that faith, man. And, you know, it's really just relying on that faith and that vision, man. Can't nobody see a vision like you. So you just gotta go hard and always remember that this is what you're supposed to do. Is what you're supposed to do, man. And even like in Pittsburgh, I was in Pittsburgh last night in the studio with Wiz. And, you know, Wiz is my homie, one of my good friends, and I known him since before he blew up and stuff, and he known me vice versa. But I was looking at all the projects he dropped on the wall in his, because I was in Pittsburgh studio, his studio, and it was like 12 projects, you know, including mixtapes and stuff, and I was just like, man, you really been on your grind, and that's a real good testament to, like, you know, people not believing in you and really building it up and going all the way to the top with it, you know. So indirectly, you know, I kind of took most of it as advice indirectly, just never waiting on anybody. That was the first mistake I made when I got in the game, waiting around and stuff. And I never did this before, though, you know what I'm saying? But it was when I took matters into my own hands that everything started going right. And, you know, you got to be proactive as you can and just be efficient as possible, man, and just always keep bettering your situation. It's never perfect. I remember I was on the couch one time and Kanye was on my right side and Jay-Z was on my left side and they was playing this stuff for me. And I was just sitting on the couch thinking in my head, like, man, how the hell did I end up here on this couch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just, you got to always remember, man, you're there for a reason. Wherever you at in your life, you're there for a reason, whether it's on top or at the bottom. Man, trust me, this is just the beginning, man. Like you said, we got the Marvin Chardonnay video coming. I Do It video's already out. And I'm busting my Naptown virginity today.
There you go.
Back, man. It's like computer for like the easy.
I'm not used to that mouse. That's the thing.
We got that ass. I don't know if you heard that song. Ass. That's like that's a good song.